Hello, welcome to this quick guide to the Level 5 Diploma in Retrofit Coordination and Risk Management. This is a new qualification developed to give existing built environment professionals the skills and knowledge to become retrofit coordinators. This video introduces you to the role of the retrofit coordinator. It explains how and what you can study and what you might get out of it. The diploma is awarded by the Open College Network West Midlands, an Ofqual regulated awarding body. It has been developed by experts who are heavily involved in shaping industry best practice, many of whom have contributed to the development of the new BSI PAS 2035 standards. Retrofit coordinators are central to the PAS 2035. We've used funding from the CITB and industry to develop the course. As a result, it's available via both e-learning and through taught courses. This qualification is not for everyone. To be eligible, you must hold appropriate qualifications already and be an established built environment professional. As you can see here, the qualification is aimed at existing professionals. It provides them with specialist knowledge on retrofitting homes successfully and the skills to manage the risks inherent in those projects. You can expect to spend upwards of 100 hours studying or completing the assignments. So, is this the right role for you? It's expected that retrofit coordinators will be mandatory on all retrofit projects using public funding from 2020. There should be an increasingly strong demand for this service emerging. The fundamental role of the coordinator is to represent the client's best interests, ensuring they receive value for money and spend their money in the most appropriate way. All retrofit coordinators will be responsible for project managing the project from cradle to grave. You will oversee, integrate, and ensure best practice is applied at every stage, ensuring compliance with the PAS standard. Let's look at this stage by stage in the PAS 2035 retrofit process. In the assessment phase, you will work with the owner to develop a medium-term retrofit plan appropriate to that property. If you're a qualified assessor, you may carry out the assessment itself. If not, you will need to be able to interpret the assessment report, triage the level of risk, and decide on the best strategy to take the project forwards. In the planning and design phase, the coordinator's role is to ensure an effective specification and delivery strategy is put in place. Coordinators from a design background will probably undertake the design work itself. Others will need to be able to understand design principles so as to ensure they will deliver upon your strategy. When works are carried out on site, you will need to visit regularly to ensure that the installation matches the design solution, ensuring that good practice is applied. Crucially, when the measures are installed, you will need to ensure that the products and systems are adequately tested, commissioned, and handed over to the client. Remember, your job is to ensure that everything works together as it should and that the client's investment has been well spent. If that sounds like you, here's how the course works. There are 12 modules, each including online study materials, exercises, videos, and assessments. You can study entirely online with access to an online mentor. Alternatively, you can combine e-learning with an intensive 2-day retrofit coordinator bootcamp. This helps to reinforce the key learning points. Let's take a closer look at what you'll learn about. The first two modules introduce retrofitting, as well as outlining the PAS 2035 methodology. We then move on to the key principles of building physics. First, in terms of thermal efficiency and heat loss. Then, in terms of managing moisture risk. Why in retrofit this often leads to unintended consequences like mold, damp, and condensation. With the key theories understood, we move on now to how a building assessment should work and how this should inform our retrofit strategy. With the right data in place, you will next learn how to evaluate all the options open to you and how to develop a medium-term retrofit plan. At the Academy, We believe in a fabric-first approach. The next 3 modules explain how this can be achieved. First, we look at insulating the floors and roofs, then the walls and windows. Finally, we look at achieving airtightness whilst ensuring that adequate ventilation is introduced. Once we've retained as much heat as possible in the building envelope, we move on to upgrading the building services appropriately to reduce energy use and bills. We consider the role of renewable energy in retrofit before finishing with a detailed overview of the PAS 2035 requirements for testing, monitoring and evaluation. If you're interested in training to become a retrofit coordinator, your next step should be to contact the Retrofit Academy. You can start your learning at any time via e-learning. We also have a number of boot camps coming up. You can see the dates here, together with our contact details. We hope to hear from you soon. Thanks for listening.